Hey y'all, Matt of Country Disc Golf here. We're back for the back nine of the first round at the 3rd Annual Autumn Glory Open. Still on Mam Disc Golf course. And after the front nine, Trey and Josh are at 5 under, Cole at 2 under, Henson at 1 under, and Stephen Hillerman still at even par. Here on hole 10, this has a fairly low ceiling, and the basket is back there in a little nook from 2 concrete drainage ditches. Josh's drive there kicked off a tree and was barely in bounds. Jacob just went deep of the basket there. Oh, and if you can tell, we're in the, or if you can't tell, both Mam and Central Park disc golf courses are in the flight lane of Memphis International Airport, so we'll hear those planes all day long. And Cole, just a second there, went in the front concrete ditch, and Trey just stopped right before it. Ooh. Stephen just staying in there. Takes his forehand approach. Oh, what touch there. He's within 12 feet. Trey from about 35. Don't you just hate that band? That's the sound you don't want to hear. Jacob low again. He was just hoping it would stay up. Cole for a good par save there across the concrete ditch. And there's Josh balancing on the edge of that ditch, in for a good birdie. As we see the guys finish out their par cleanups here. We climb the hill to the next tee box. Alright, 11, it's up on this road here, teeing off downhill to the base of the pond levee there. Pretty easy backhand shot here. Josh going right in front of the basket there. And there's that plane noise. A little bit short and left of the basket. Trey with a really good tee shot here. Get some ground roll to the left. Stephen getting a good jump there. And Stephen stayed just to the right of that ditch, because if he had been much more left, he'd have been in the ditch. Ouch. The basket getting a little bit of music played today. Josh in for a good birdie. And there's Jacob with another birdie. Good card. Trey still on that birdie roll.
As soon as I stepped up, I saw Jacob run away like a baby deer.
Like, I'm a jet. And then look back up.
Alright, here the guys are teeing off over the pond. So the basket sort of tucked into that nook. And there's not really a forehand play on this hole. You just take a backhand hyzer, hope it lands soft, and if it skips, you just gotta putt towards the water. Although there are bushes right behind the basket to stop a putt as long as it stays low enough. Cole with a nice soft landing there. And here with Stevens' drive, everybody makes it across the water. Steven was the furthest away. Oh, chain out. He was on target all day with that step putt. He just couldn't stay up or in the chains for him. Again, Trey with the birdie train. Oh, that band hurting Cole there. He had a really good drive. Jacob in for another birdie. Steven just taking his par.
I've thrown it one time in a field.
Alright, hole 13. The basket is to the far right of the screen there behind that chain link fence. That's pretty high. And Jacob just took the safe route, staying on the left side there.
Y'all thought I was kidding over.
Trey doing the same thing, throwing a white disc into the sky. And he drops fair. Josh taking a good hook there. Cole's gonna be right up there next to Trey. And Steven's running at it.
Go through the fence.
And there that chain link comes into play. Jacob's forehand approach here, he was trying to get around those trees. And you see there's a chain link fence on the other side of the basket. And Josh just parking the hole. And Trey catches that and rolls out of bounds. Right back over that little retaining wall. Unfortunate break for him. Cole putting it up there, close for his birdie bid. Trey putting for par here. That was just an unfortunate break for him. Steven having not much of a shot there, going up and over that fence.
But
And Jacob with a very small window, getting his birdie. Steven just not feeling it today. Trey, unfortunately. Taking a bogey there. Cole with a good birdie. Steven taking his par, and Josh just dropping in a 3. Alright, this is a little shorty here, but it's an island green.
Oh, get the fuck up.
Jacob skipping it up there.
Oh, that's the play.
He's about 20 feet away.
Don't.
Josh wanted to sit down,
That's it.
and the island portion followed that mowed grass, so that he was not out of bounds.
Stay there. I'll say good shot, Cole.
Cole catching a good tree clip there. Knocked him down to stay in the island.
Hammered.
And Steven just had too much juice behind it. Skipped it up over the island, out of bounds line.
Shot.
Trey playing a good tree kick there. And here's Steven's 3 from the drop zone.
Oh, let's go!
You can hear the excitement there.
Oh, baby. Good shit. Oh, yeah. He was so worried about not saving his 3. Good boy. That's nasty. That a baby. He said, fuck that out. Hell yeah.
Everybody was enjoying that throw in there. Josh putting it in for his birdie. Jacob doing the same. And it was everybody taking the birdie except for Steven. Moving on. Alright, here on 15. The green there is out of bounds. And Jacob throwing the same disc that he had thrown on hole 13. Turning it over some, getting behind that bush back there.
That easy. Stop.
Josh catching a good roll towards the basket there. Cole giving a good pump. Just kind of dies out him though. Dies out on him there. Well, ends up a bit short. And Trey. That disc just flipped up on him. Skidded onto the green, and that'll cost him a penalty stroke. Steven showing some power here.
Past it.
Good skip off the green. Right in front of that bush that Jacob's behind. And here's Trey's par save attempt. Just needed a little bit more height and distance. Cole's birdie bid. Who needs all those chains? Just floating it in there. And Jacob just trying to get close. He had no shot from there. There's a few of those bushes on the course. Steven getting those high right chains. High left chains, my bad.
Oh, no way. God. Jesus Christ.
You do that once around.
One time around.
One time around, it just does it.
And they were joking there and a little bit later about how Josh just yanks one to the right when he's putting. He'll do it once around, he says.
And I was like, fuck it, just throw it.
Almost in Albany.
And then just cleaning up. On to the next hole.
Just drop a link.
Alright, here we are on 16. Cole taking a forehand at this basket. Turns it over. And believe it or not, he actually hit my vehicle there. Not sure where. Might have been on the very underside of the bumper, but that was just kind of funny. He hit my vehicle. That was parked there alongside the road. And Jacob just going down the hill there. Last year the basket was further down the hill. This year they've got it moved up. And you still have a good backhand window to get up to the basket. You got to go over that pond to get to it if you take the backhand route, like everybody but Cole does.
Perfect. And stable up.
Cole using that trusty forehand. Trey taking a long birdie bid. And Josh from way down the hill. Last year the basket would have been down there by him. Jacob pulling another one to the right. And here we just have a lot of cleanup going on. Cole playing that rim music.
Dude, he took such a drag off that cigarette.
Oh, Steven. That top band and rim just hurting you today. And now, just a couple holes left.
That's exactly how I thought.
$17 is another downhill hole.
Well, you got CTP because it's in the
Shorty tucked in between them two big trees there. I don't think there's not a one permanent tee pad on this course, because they do have the ball golf and they also have foot golf too, which I've only been there for disc golf tournaments, so Steven going right at it there.
Good shot. Thanks.
Cole's forehand.
Good man.
He gets the CTP out of the card. Trey with a good run. And I do apologize if you hear some Zoom noise. Camera is a little bit noisy on the Zoom sometimes. A little passion there from Josh. Upset with himself for not making that par.
Spray on this hole. Go back and look at the field. Yeah, that hurts.
Jacob taking a good birdie, as does Cole. Last hole of the first round.
That might go in.
Jacob putting a good pump.
Look good.
And he gets the closest to the pin out of the card. Cole getting a good high hyzer up there. Taking the hill out of play. And Trey, this was almost an exact replica of his final drive on this hole last year. Almost the same spot.
Go, baby.
Steven, good skip off the green there. Putting him in a good position. And Josh said, I like where you're at, Trey. I want to be there too.
What up, guys? Damn it.
So they'll walk to that side of the basket. Good attempt from Josh there. And Trey. Oh. He did the same thing last year from the same side. Made that birdie. Steven. A little low again. Fortunately, it did not roll. Cole catching the band and rolling right into that bush. It's actually some sort of, I don't know if it's a flower or what. I have one in front of my house that's getting really big. Not as big as those. And Jacob taking his birdie. Cole, Josh, and Steven here just cleaning up a par to finish out the round. Alright, that's the first round done. We'll see you at Central Park in the round 2 videos.